I don't buy into that whole soulmate rhetoric or love at first sight. Maybe attraction at first sight, but not love. Love comes with the time, getting to know a person, and also how the person treats you, which history you build with that person. When it comes to platonic love, when it comes to love to someone you're responsible for, your child, your younger sibling, your pet. But when it comes to romantic relationships, I'm really pragmatic. Like, I only prefer men back, like the title says. That means unless a man wants to prove himself to me and wants to have me in his life and he verbalizes it clearly so there's no confusion and he tries everything to impress me, I won't be interested. Maybe I see a man on the streets or on TV, I don't know, and I feel attracted. He appears to be attractive, maybe about appearance and so on, what his appearance tells me, or his aura, how he presents himself. I can find that attractive and so on. But that doesn't mean that I fall in love or something. Like when you have develop an obsession with a person you barely know, it's about limerance. It's a traumatic or a trauma response based on your childhood where you didn't have your needs met, so you project it onto people. Like you find a person who seems to give you everything you lack based on your childhood where you got trauma or emotional neglect and so on, and you project it onto a random person and you daydream a lot and so on. But that's another topic. I can do a video about limerence specifically. I think many people suffer from that. But anyways, how do you know a man prefers you? I'm his dream woman. Like, I know he prefers me when I'm his dream woman. And how do I know I'm his dream woman? He makes sure I know that he worships me. Like, he won't leave space for confusion because he doesn't want to take the risk that I feel like he isn't into me, he doesn't like me like that, and that I look for another man, because he sees me as the prize and he thinks I'm attractive. He thinks I'm his dream woman, so he knows there's competition out there and he tries his best so I don't look the other way and find a better man, because he believes I'm a dream woman and that I can have any man. You know, when a man is crazy about you, he's so afraid that he will find a better option. He would try his best to please you. So that's the first sign. When I don't have that in a man, when a man doesn't say it, like men who worship you, they will literally even say into your face, you're my dream woman, you're this and that. But to not get fooled or manipulated, because everyone can talk, I have of course other points that can show you, okay, he's serious, he doesn't waste your time. So like I said, he won't allow room for confusion because he's clear and he's sure he wants to be with you and he's going to do anything to make it happen. So another sign that I'm his dream woman, he respects me, he respects my boundaries. And by the way, ladies, before you think about dating or men or something, you already have to have that trait that you are not afraid to discomfort people by setting boundaries. Like setting boundaries right there on the spot when it's necessary in a situation, that should be a routine to you. You shouldn't feel scared to defend yourself and set boundaries. You need to do that when it comes to every relationship form, not only romantic relationships. And yeah, it's really important that you are not a people pleaser, because people pleasers are getting used and abused. You need to develop this first before you can even think about romantic relationships. He respects me. He respects my boundaries. For example, when he wants to kiss me after a date and I don't feel comfortable kissing right now for whatever reason, and he respects that and he's ready to wait. Also when it comes to intimacy in bed, he will respect my boundaries when I'm not ready yet or when we do it, and I don't feel comfortable doing a specific thing or something. Like, he respects me as a person. He appreciates me, and he doesn't want to upset me or that I feel bad. Like, when you're his dream woman, he cares about that you are happy, that you have everything you need, you know? He he will provide for you. He will give you money when you have a problem or something. He will try everything to solve it. You know, he wants to prove to you that he can be useful to you, that he can be an attribute to your life. Another sign that you're his dream woman, he thinks that you look perfect the way you look. Like, the first time he saw you, he doesn't feel the need to like manipulate you like these dusties and broke dudes do to quote unquote humble pretty women they know they cannot have access to. But a secure man who's into you and who wants you and you are his dream woman, why would he want to try to change you? He loves you the way you are. And another sign, very very important, he's not afraid to stand up for you, defend you, and you know, he makes you rest in your femininity. He defends you when some dusty tries to make you feel insecure or something. He will stand up for you. You won't have to fight and be in your masculine energy and so on. He will do it for you. Or when maybe his family doesn't like you, and they're like his family doesn't have to love you, but they need to respect you at least. And when they lack respect, it doesn't matter who it is, his parents or his siblings or whoever, his grandparents, he won't allow disrespect towards in your direction, because he loves and appreciates you. He doesn't want to lose you. He wants you in his life, and he will make sure that you feel comfortable, and he will defend you right then and there and check everyone. He wants to impress you, and he wants to meet all of your standards. He has gentleman mannerisms like opening the door for you and so on, and of course paying everything. Like, it's a given. Some things I mentioned here are a given. He does what you tell him to do. Like, when you need help or something, he would just do it. He won't complain and, I don't know, be bitchy or something. He loves to serve you. Okay, now I'm being provocative, you know, but you know, it's what they do. He wants to do it since he prefers you and sees you as his dream woman. He tries to make himself useful. He gives you money. He supports you. He supports your career and so on. He does because he's insecure in himself and he wants the best for you. So, all right, after we discussed that, what it doesn't mean when he prefers you, when you're his dream woman, I talk about why I have this mindset that I only prefer men back, and otherwise I won't actively look for a man. You know, I'm just passive. I'm in my feminine energy. First of all, it's easier to be in your natural energy. Like, most women naturally feel the best and their health is their best when they're in their feminine energy. You know, when they have enough space to have like a balance between their masculine and feminine energy, and especially when a man is present, we feel most comfortable and our health is at best when a man gives us space to rest in our femininity, you know? So I'm passive with that. I'm not ever thinking about chasing a man or actively looking for a man, going to a dating app. I just live my life. I do whatever I want, and when it happens, great. When it doesn't happen, great. You need to have that mindset, and you need to let go of the thought, I have to be with a man and so on. Like, center yourself. It's your life. You're the main character. So, I have standards because if a man wants to be with me and get my attention, he has to prove himself to me. He has to convince me that he's worth that I put some changes in my life, because I would benefit from including him into my already happy life. Let's underline that. My already happy, fulfilling life. I already have something going on for myself. I have hobbies. I do something. I have a work I love to do. Like, I enjoy my life. I accept myself with all my mistakes and so on. I fulfill myself. I live for myself. I live to impress myself. Now I say a lot of I and me, myself and I, but that's what you need to do, because no one cares as much about you than you do. So try your best to have a healthy relationship to yourself. It's so important. It's the basis of everything. I'm not gonna be excited about some random man giving me attention because I already know my worth and I don't need male or other external validation to feel good about myself. That's the mindset you need to develop if you don't already have that mindset. Because it's easy to get immense attention. It's so easy, especially when you want to attract a certain group of men. You just know how to dress, how to carry yourself to attract them, and so on. It's so easy to get men's attention. It's easy. So it's not like an accomplishment when a man gives you attention. And you know why? Because sometimes there are many different reasons you get a man's attention or he tries to talk to you. Sometimes they're just bored. Sometimes they are just bored. The audacity to waste your time, they're just bored, or they just want an easy and fast thing, like cheap thing with a woman. Like, that's exactly the reason why you should have standards, and standards are based on your already fulfilling happy life and your self-love, how you view yourself, how you appreciate yourself. Do you think you're only worth a coffee date and then give your body to him and these soul ties exchange in energy? Maybe he has dusty energy. Like, when you sleep with a man, you risk getting pregnant and all the consequences with being pregnant. You risk getting a disease because you cannot trust a man, a person you barely know. You always have to think about it. It doesn't matter how much you want to project on them. Think about it. A random man you never ever saw in your life tries to get into your pants. Let's say it like this. And that's the man you don't. No, it's just a stranger. A stranger wants to have the most intimate act with you. He, of course, needs to prove himself. Of course, he needs to prove that he can be trusted, and it takes time. It takes time. Be patient and have a life. Because if you don't have a life, if you don't have much to do, if you don't really think highly of yourself, that you are worthy, that someone puts effort into getting that close to you, the closest you can get into a person, then you will get used, you feel bad, and you will resent yourself because you did allow it. So yeah, that's where I'm coming from. You need to be emotionally independent, and you should, like, that's my mindset. I think women should understand that men are just there to improve your life, not to burden it, and you are not like some charity person. You're not a person like they can just use to come up for a quick come up because you're so desperate for male validation. No. Male validation, men's opinions shouldn't be put on a pedestal. Your own opinion about yourself should be on a pedestal. When you look in the mirror, do you see a person you respect? Do you see the woman you want to be? Or do you even know who you are? What you want in life? Now we're getting into this. Yeah, there's more to life than romantic relationships, marriages, or having children. Like, you don't have to do all of that. You need to know exactly why you'd want to be with a woman. Like, is it beneficial to you? To which degree is it beneficial? To which degree is it beneficial to marry? Do you want to marry? Does he want to marry? Do you want to have children? Does he want to have children? And think about, is that what you truly want for you in your life? And also think about, which traits do you appreciate in a person in general, and also what do you appreciate about interpersonal relationships in general. You need to know yourself, love yourself, and you gotta know and think about how you would have wanted to have lived. Did it make sense? Like, how, when you see death into the eyes, like when death looks at you, would you think, yeah, I lived, or I tried my best to live how I wanted to live. Like, who did I want to have been? Or it's so hard to translate this time form, do you say it, into English. Like, there's a certain time form, a future, another form of a future where you talk about who do I want to have had been. Like the, oh my god, how you can explain it? The future, a future that is already done. Like, you talk about a future where you already did something. Yeah, that's what I meant. And that's about life. How, like, which person do you want to have been, and what does that person do, and how does that person move, and so on. When you think about it, put that into perspective, this can also help you making the right decisions. Think about the benefits and the sacrifices. Make a pro and contra list when it comes to, do I want to be in a relationship? Do I want to marry? Do I want to have children? Or none of that. And think about this, and then I will end the video. I have a lot of information. I made some notes. The happiest demographic are single, child-free women. Because it comes with a lot of freedom, you're flexible. And yeah, because let's be honest, humans are very complex, and being in a relationship, having friendships, and let alone birthing a child or adopting a child and having this responsibility, this huge responsibility. I think there's not a bigger responsibility than raising another human being, you know? It's really hard. It can be really hard. You have to do a lot of compromises and sacrifices. Do you really want that? Like, even if you think about, yeah, I would love to have a family, to build a family, at first explore your single life, and at first figure out what you want in your life as a single person, like as a on your own, you know, that you don't make it dependent on others, that you like fulfill your dreams, because you are enough. You need to understand you are enough for yourself. And when you don't feel like you are enough to you, then work on your inner child healing, and work on becoming a person that you can go to whenever you feel down. You know, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, try your best. I can really recommend it to fulfill yourself and become full on your own, and let go of that mindset that you need a man like this in your life, that your life is supposed to be like, always have, because we as humans, we tend to stay in one lane, and we forget we only have one life. Like, the person you are right now, you don't have to stay that way. The opinion and worldview you have right now, it doesn't have to stay for the rest of your life. So be always open. I really empathize on that. Be open for other perspectives. Stay educated, you know, like about other cultures, which mindset do they have in their philosophy, that you stay open. You can be, you know, of course, secure in yourself. You have your beliefs, maybe you're religious, maybe you're not religious, and so on. You can have your values, but always, but it shouldn't stop you to be open to deal with or to read about other worldviews, and yeah, understand them, and think, and then you can think about, what am I going to do with that information? Will I change my life now, or doesn't matter? I know it now. I know the information, but it doesn't really influence my life. Because when you're secure in yourself, you won't feel the need to like force, like to push away other worldviews. Always stay open. That's not what I'm trying to say. And also, when it comes to your life decisions, huge life decisions, like committing to a relationship, or bringing children to this world, or adopting children, always stay open-minded. So let me end this video. It's long enough. That's on why I only prefer men back and I don't really look for them, and I don't I would never ever, because I'm a woman, like the hell. I would never ever chase a man. You look crazy as a woman when you chase a man. Don't do that. Like never. And in general, chasing people who are not really checking for you, you should never do that. And when it comes to romantic relationships, that's just my advice based on my life experiences and what I heard from other women. Stay in your feminine energy. When the man doesn't give you space, he's not the right one for you. When you are confused and you have more headaches and heartbreaks and cries than he adds into your life, he's not the one for you. And you need to work on your self-esteem. So ladies, please let me know your opinion down below in the comments. What are your experiences? Um how do you see that topic? Um, and what do you think about my points? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know down below in the comments. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like this video, and subscribe to my channel for more juicy topics, and share my channel as well as this video so more black women can be liberated, can change their mindset, or hear from another black woman maybe a new perspective that can help her to improve her life and be more happy. So I see you in my next video, and I appreciate you so much when you listen till the end. See you next time.